Alright, so welcome back people to MG Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing good and everything is okay. So this is actually the reaction to Cavaliers versus Cincinnati. Cavaliers 0, Cincinnati 2. Yeah, we know it go already. Big up on yourself, people. This is actually the reaction. Also, I'm gonna do some from my perspective player ratings from my perspective, from what I saw. And the player ratings are actually for the Cavaliers player. But before I get into that details, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Definitely turn on your post notifications so whenever a video drop, you get it. Turn them on, people. Turn them on. Now, this is a very interesting game because I personally thought that it was a good showcase of what the Jamaica Premier League has to offer and also what the MLS has to offer. I think aren't they one of the they got finals in the MLS player conference league, man. But this is a very good Cincinnati team with a lot of top quality players. Now I have to say that the man of the game was Acosta. I think he was the man of the game for me in my perspective. What up? In my perspective, this guy is may I tell you crazy talented people. It was real fun. Let me see if Acosta in him. Yeah, Acosta, yeah, the Argentine, 5'2". He is a beast. The youth is a beast. I mean, I tell you, if he's a beat Messi, I really don't want to see the actual Messi. The actual Messi should be extremely scary. No, nonetheless, from my perspective, I think you realize that the JPL is just a little bit short of the MLS, not that far off from what I said. Even though the scoreline, I got look how weird. Now, in context, if you are at the game watching the game, you'd realize that where possession is concerned, Cincinnati was far the better team where possession is concerned. They actually keep more shots as well. 7 shots on target from the statistics. You know, just bring up the statistics so you guys can see what's happening here. So you guys can see it. So let me just jump on it. Yeah. So these are the match stats. These are the match stats. So let us do the reaction. Then we're gonna get into the player ratings. As you can see, 25 to 75% possession. Now we all from who watch the Premier League know that Cavaliers don't necessarily retain quite a lot of possession. Sometimes against certain opponents, and then some teams they play a particular way. Because if last I was watching the game, in some sense I believe that Cavaliers kind of showed them a little bit more too much respect. In the moment they have the ball, Cavaliers will be dropping off, like retrieving immediately to sit behind the ball. And it was a direct intent. You can see that was a deliberate intent to get behind the ball. No, maybe it's the fact that maybe it's trying to get to know the opponent. And as the game go on, I do believe that in spurs and moments, Cavaliers was really good. In transition, I thought that Cincinnati hold possession quite nicely. They actually press Cavaliers in their own half and force Cavaliers to defend in the 18-yard box. So you can see that the quality is there. Acosta, I mean, it was really good. Pure one touches in and around the 18-yard box, getting off his shot. It was quality, real quality, oozing quality right through the pitch. I thought that Cavaliers held their own nicely in this game. Really stand up to the Cincinnati team. And it could have been in some sense better. I believe though, despite they were really under sustained pressure, that 5 minutes added on for halftime, I believe that way out of the park. There was no injuries, nothing at all in the first half, and I added 5 minutes, and that was just very surprising because that was before no goal, no score. When the 5 minutes came, no goals, no substitution. No break. Once it was a one breaking play for about 30 to 40 seconds, and that's it. And the game was actually flowing right throughout. The game was flowing, and then 5 minutes other than that was really off the mark. But the literally last kick of the first half, that is where Cavaliers conceded that goal. Even though Cincinnati came very close quite a few times, some headers, some point blank headers they were missing. They created quite a lot of chances in this game. No, nevertheless, the game goes on into the second half. I thought that Cavaliers kind of tightened up the defense a bit, start going back at Cincinnati. I think the main outlet for Cavaliers was doing Atkinson. That's busy. It was really lively, extremely lively, and pose a lot of threat to the Cincinnati fullback, getting in behind and trying to cause a lot of problem. In the midfield, I was very, very impressed with Dino, that's Dwayne Allen. I was extremely impressed with him. He was working tirelessly in the midfield. And I believe that is where the key battle should have been, should have actually what separated the two teams. But nonetheless, as the game proceeds, I thought that Cavaliers, the defense will look good. Despite conceding those 2 goals, that's just the nature of the game. I think the second goal was a beautiful goal by the Cincinnati team. That build-up play, knock 1-2 passes in and around the edge of the 18-yard back, and that brilliant finish to the far post. None of both goals, Jaden White has nothing to do about them. Jaden White made some really fantastic save, even some point blank save. So I think it was a good game of football for the neutrals. And I'm a neutral, and I really, well, no, I support Cavaliers. I was supporting Cavaliers. I wasn't a neutral. I thought that it was a good watch in some sense. Persons who don't like to see teams sit back and part the bus may not like what they see from Cavaliers, but I understand the nature of the game, and sometimes the nature of the game definitely requires some sense of that. So as you can see, the 2 goals them were very, very much far apart. They're really, really far apart. One in the 58th minute actually, and the next goal was in the 87th minute. So definitely Cavaliers held their own, and they created their few chances. Could have caused some problems for Cincinnati, I believe, but they didn't necessarily do that. I would have loved if they would have taken one of those chances. All right, let's go into player ratings. Let me just take out this. From my perspective, let me start off with the start 11. Jaden White. All right, so because Cavaliers didn't win, they lost the game. I'm going to rate them based on the team. So I'm rating them based on the team itself, individual performances from the team. And I'm going to rate it out of 8. I'm going to rate them out of 8. So 10 would have been, 8 and above would have been to give to the Cincinnati players because they are the winners. So I'm going to go to 7. Jaden White now, first of all, let me touch on Jaden White. He made some very, very crucial save despite the scoreline losing the game 2-0. Both goals, I don't think he had any clue. He had no clue about those goals. He cannot do anything about those 2 goals despite his effort. But he was very, very good in goal. I thought that his distribution could have been better because when he was kicking the ball out, the ball loop rather than go flat to either Shenil or Russell. But certainly, I thought that it was a good showing from Jaden White. I'm going to give Jaden 7. I'll give him 7. He had a very, very good game. Leng, moments of nervousness from Leng. I don't know why. I don't really understand why, because Leng is an experienced defender. But he held his own, so I'm going to give Leng a 6. King, I thought King was brilliant. Some last-ditch tackles as well. I'm going to give King a 7. Ming, I'm going to give Ming also a 7. I think both him and King, I don't know why Leng looks so nervous. I think both him and King look really, really sturdy. Maybe the occasion, but maybe I read it wrong. But he didn't play bad. I'm just saying, look nervous in moments. Sometimes could have make some first time clearance. Some clearance them, they never got out. Then go up in the ear. So I think that's errors. I think that's just one error. But fairly good work. Fairly good work rate from him as well in defensive third. Left wing back, I think was Gadal Irvin at left wing back. Some of the crosses could have been a lot better. He could have gotten himself in higher position. I understand that some of the time them attack down on the right. Cincinnati was attacking on the right hand side, which should have pushed him back in the left back position. But definitely, I believe that the deliveries, I think he could have done a lot better with the deliveries. But I'm going to give Irvin a 6. Cadet. Cadet wasn't that bad. I thought Cadet was fairly okay. More. I think it was better defensively. Attacking goals. I think that's area maybe I've got to do a little bit of work on. But I'm going to give Cadet a 6. Calvin in midfield. I do believe that Calvin could have, despite all the trickeries, because I saw him taking on the fullback quite a few times. I believe that he could have done a bit more. But I'm going to give Calvin a 6.5. Allen in the midfield, I thought he was one of the best players on the pitch for Cavaliers. He was working tirelessly. I mean, like an engine, non-stop working, non-stop tackling, always available, whoever have the ball. He was always available. I am going to give Allen a 7.5. I thought he was one of the best players. Even I think overall one of the best players on the pitch as well, based off how he's working and how the amount of control that Cincinnati had on the game, also in the midfield, and the amount of work that he put in. I'm gonna give Allen 7.5. Dwayne Atkinson, he was the attacking outlet, very, very dangerous in transition. When he got the ball, they were actually doubling up on him in some sense. I'm going to give Dwayne also a 7. I thought it was really, really good. Get the crowd on their feet. He was the only person who actually get the crowd on their feet. I said, all right, busy. Yeah, and definitely I thought it was a good performance from him, and he looked a live wire. He looked like a player that definitely, if you're a scout, you say, hey, this guy look really, really interesting. Very good performance from him. Russell, I thought Russell's presence was good, but I do believe that sometimes some of the actions that he did weren't necessarily smart. I thought that, like, when he hold the ball, really good hold the ball presence. Maybe that's one of the reasons why Mr. Speed played him as a lone striker, just to show that level of presence. But in some aspect, I believe that he could have come back in the midfield and provide some support in some moments. Maybe it's instruction from Mr. Speed to see up there, be the outlet, be the man who hit the ball to in one time. But I thought that his work rate could have been a lot better with his work rate. I'm going to give him a 6. Chenil Thomas, no, when I talk about work rate, Chenil run the entire game. He was so good in the forward line. He was running tremendously. I really, really enjoy seeing what Chenil do. Even though he got moments and scrubbed some shots, no come out, but maybe his legs tired. But I was impressed with his performance. Really, really good striker's performance, and it seems that these competitions are quite suited to him, the type of player that he is. I'm gonna give Chenil a 7. So I think the highest ratings we give would have been Dwayne Allen. I thought that he was the best player for Cavaliers in the game. Despite most persons are gonna say busy, I thought that Dwayne was the best. If you watch the game, people, man, he was working like a donkey in the midfield, but good performance. I thought it was a fairly decent performance overall for Cavaliers. They stood strong to one of the MLS giants, and certainly this is a team that is a young team. I do believe that experience here could have played maybe one or two old, like one 33, 34-year-old player who have been there, done that in some situation, maybe could have managed the game a little bit better. Maybe maybe in the midfield and the defensive line can probably help manage the game. Because Cavaliers are young players, they keep on going to that fearlessness. But nevertheless, I thought it was a good performance from the Cavaliers team overall. Definitely one to look at. Interesting to see what the second leg is going to look like. Very, very interesting to see. So I'll be looking out to see how that one goes. So big up on yourself, people. Hit the like button. Drop your player ratings in the comment section. And see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. We're out. Boom. God bless.